Gather round, dads, it's time for a tale. Hand me a book and a warm pint of ale. Let's discuss writing and the literary gods with Dan Roberts on the Dad Lit Pod.
Welcome to this, a special essay episode of the Dad Lit Pod. I'm your host, Dan Roberts. The following article was published in January 2025 in Nightide magazine, and I got the permission of Nightide editor Mo Moshaty to read it and publish it digitally and in audio here. The article is titled, Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead. Did Wicked Kill a Horror Icon? The first instance I remember seeing my daughter recoil in fear was at a cardboard standee of Margaret Hamilton as the Wicked Witch of the West. She spotted Hamilton in iconic green makeup and black pointed hat and froze. I wrapped my arms around the standee, but my daughter still didn't trust it. She refused to step into the room where the visage of the Wicked Witch of the West stood. It remained terrifying, even in only 2 dimensions. So imagine my surprise a year later when my daughter declared that she wanted to be wicked. And by wicked, she was referring to Cynthia Erivo's Elphaba Throp, the future Wicked Witch of the West. My daughter declared Wicked a must-repeat game and a must-repeat movie. She strongly identified with Elphaba. The terrifying figure of her past had now become her hero, much as the musical Wicked had intended. My daughter has grown. I am proud. She identified with a heroic character who pursues a virtuous path. Gregory Maguire has triumphed. His revisionist tale, Wicked, The Life and Times of the Wicked Witch of the West, rescued the Wicked Witch by making her misunderstood rather than wicked. Finally, the musical, Wicked, further solidified things. The Wicked Witch of the West was not even misunderstood. She was, in fact, a hero and a divinely moral figure. Little did we all know. I'm a historian. I know and understand the origins and the injustices dealt to the wicked witches of the past. Power-hungry charlatans like the Wizard of Oz were, and remain, one of humanity's chief problems, as Frank L. Baum made clear in his original work. I didn't like Sam Raimi's theme park ride movie Oz the Great and Powerful from 2013. The wizard really was never the hero of the story. Mila Kunis's sexy, tormented, woman-scorned Wicked Witch of the West also seemed quite forced. Plus, the Wicked Witch always had plenty of reason to naturally hate the wizard. She has real power. He's a phony. I also loved the musical Wicked and enjoyed Maguire's work. I'm having a great time now singing Popular and Defying Gravity with my daughter. So to quote the Munchkins of Munchkinland, good news! You like that? Anyway, at heart, something feels wrong. There's a problem. And that problem has to do with the original Wicked Witch of the West, the one played by Margaret Hamilton. I kind of worry my daughter has missed out on something special because Hollywood revised the wickedness of witches. I feel this way because the Wicked Witch of the West from The Wizard of Oz, 1939, may have been the most wicked and terrifying character of all time. Margaret Hamilton's Wicked Witch of the West from The Wizard of Oz terrified 4 generations of American children. This includes me, my mother, and even my grandmother. This makes Hamilton's Wicked Witch of the West arguably one of the scariest characters in human history. The 1939 Wicked Witch of the West lit people on fire. She enchanted murderous trees. She nearly put Dorothy to sleep forever using poppies. Yeah, we get the reference now. She commanded an army of flying monkeys and ordered them to disembowel the scarecrow. The Wicked Witch committed herself to vengeance on a child who did nothing to intentionally invite her ire. And those are just the scenes that made it into the film. MGM executives cut other scenes with the Wicked Witch because they deemed them too terrifying for children. This is really funny what they left in. The Wicked Witch of the West was scary. And when The Wizard of Oz started airing annually on color television, she was in every American child's house. Compliments of what I believe was the CBS network. When she appeared on Sesame Street, her image was so powerful and so terrifying that parents wrote to the Children's Television Workshop to complain. They said in 1976, which is almost 40 years after the original movie came out, that Margaret Hamilton's Wicked Witch of the West was just too terrifying for educational television. The episode never aired again. It has only recently been leaked, and you can find it on YouTube. The Wicked Witch of the West left such an enduring sense of fear in America's children that Margaret Hamilton herself, the actress who played the Wicked Witch, completely without makeup, spent the rest of her life an object of terror. Local children in Hamilton's Gramercy Park, New York neighborhood would avoid her out of fear. Even adolescents cringed at her cackles when she would visit high schools. The irony is that Hamilton, unlike her iconic character, loved children. She studied to be an elementary school teacher before taking up acting. She was entirely disturbed to discover that her most famous role left an inescapable legacy of terror. In 1975, Hamilton appeared on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood for the specific purpose of demonstrating that she was not a witch, and that in fact she was just an actress playing a witch. That was how conscious she was of her effect on, at that point, 2 generations of children. That's to say that more than a generation after the release of the film, Hamilton was still scaring kids on the street. I don't think any other actress could say that. It is also worth noting that playing the Wicked Witch came with lasting physical costs. Both Hamilton and her stunt double, Betty Danko, suffered severe burns filming The Wizard of Oz. Back then, things were not so safe. Hamilton spent 6 weeks recuperating from third-degree burns she got while filming a scene. Danko spent 11 days in the hospital after her smoking broomstick exploded. She had to be replaced by another stunt double named Aileen Goodman while recovering. Now, it's entirely possible that more media-savvy youth of today might not be as affected by Hamilton's Wicked Witch of the West. I mean, they see a lot of stuff. Images now come at us fast and leave less of an impression than the era of 4 channels. But I wonder if the Wicked Witch of the West, at her most wicked, would still stop my daughter in her tracks. This leaves me a cinephile and a historian and a father and American cultural enthusiast, kind of worried. I wonder if my daughter is missing out on a 75-year-old cultural touchstone of American childhood. Did I make a mistake not saving the revisionist Wicked for a later time, like when she's in college? And if so, did Wicked, the musical and the movie, reinvigorate a classic character or just dump a bucket of water on an American horror icon? I don't know. The Munchkins of Wicked may sing, "No one mourns the wicked," but to be honest, I think I do. And I think we all will. My advice? Scare your kids. Watch The Wizard of Oz first. Don't live with my regrets. Oh, what a world. Rest in peace, Wicked Witch of the West, Green Queen of Terror. This has been a special audio essay of the Dadlit Pod. I want to thank you for tuning in and listening to me just sort of ramble on. I hope you'll subscribe to the Dadlit Pod, whether you're on Spotify or iTunes or YouTube. And feel free to follow me on Twitter at the Dadlit Pod. We're really excited about bringing stories to life and encouraging literacy, and at the same time having a lot of fun. Thank you again. All the best.
Our time together has come to an end. It's time to return to your wife, kids, and friends. It's time to pick up those books you forgot while you wait for the next Dadlit Pod.